Mastermind hit.
You are now watching Cannabis Live TV. Product reviews by Mastamynd. Interviews with licensed professionals. Patient interviews. Exclusive dispensary owner interviews. And don't forget, music by Mastamynd. Like and subscribe. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mastamynd here at 420 Live, Ohio. What's up with y'all? How y'all doing today? Welcome back to another show. What's everybody medicating on? Turning comments on. It's a nice day today. The weather's doing pretty good. What's up, EE? Yes, 420. Everybody get ready. Get started. Let's get it going. Let's test all the comments. Where my Facebook people at? Peace, peace, peace. I need some Facebook. Where's some Facebook people at? Where, y'all, you know what? I'll make sure you guys are watching it. We're also streaming live on OhioCannabisLive.com. Gorilla Puff. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So, welcome back to another show. We got a couple things going on. So, as always, we are still having our meetings tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. We will be doing things a little bit different this weekend. We will have kind of like a learning session first, and then we're going to have movie trivia. Hopefully that will be fun. Okay, some Buckeye relief. Okay, sweet. Let's see here. I'm looking at my streamers. Okay, and Scromulin. Okay, Scromulin. I still have yet to try that. So I'm on places in Ohio that have bans on cannabis. That's something that we need to all understand, and you need to get education on it. So we're going to go through that a little bit more in depth this time. And if you are in an area that has a cannabis ban, we want to work directly with you to show you how to reach the city council in the area to see if maybe you can, get that ban changed. Just by, maybe having a meeting with some of the people who are responsible for putting the ban in the first place. This stuff is not going to get fixed on its own, and it's not going to get fixed if you're not talking to the right people, if you're not asking the right questions. As you read in my blog post, I sent an email to the Board of Pharmacy in regards to the rules that were proposed last year in May to eliminate the tier system. As of today, I have not got a response from that email. Let me double check it one more time live on air and make sure that I did not receive another email back from someone in that area. And no, I did not receive an email from the Board of Pharmacy as of yet. So just for folks who don't understand what I'm talking about, had to have been 8, 9, 10 days ago, April the 8th, wait a minute, it wasn't April the 8th, this was back on March 30th, there you go. I sent an email to the Board of Pharmacy asking them to clarify the rule changes. So here that is. Okay, cool. Wonka bars. All right, that's what's up. And this just basically asks for a clarification about the status of these rules, and questioning why. I want to know why the documents were removed from the state's website so others could not retrieve them about these rule changes. So as of today, of this video and this broadcast, we still haven't heard anything back from the Board of Pharmacy about this. I did address this with the senator because I feel like at some point somebody has to be accountable as to what's going on, and I don't feel like we're getting nowhere. So I want to know what happened. Are these rules going to happen or not? I mean, it's real simple. They said that it was, but then when you want to get more information, it's not available. So hopefully that'll get sorted out. There was another newsletter put out by the Board of Pharmacy nothing really spectacular in there. Nothing about these rules that we're asking about. And you know, if you watch my videos yesterday, you kind of got two different versions of what it's like for me to go to a dispensary in my city. One experience was not so great. The other experience was great, just to make it simple and short. And you know, you can go back and watch those four videos, or two videos, whichever you like to watch, whether you want to watch me riding there and what happens after I get there, or you just want to watch what happens after I leave there, whichever video you like. Just do me a favor and check out those videos, and kind of get an idea what it's like for Columbus. What I'm going to start doing now, you know, depending on how I feel, is I'm going to start documenting some more of my trips to the dispensary so that I can document for you guys what exactly is happening. And I think that'll be useful for you guys, and that will allow you to be able to kind of get a little bit of an insight to places that you may not have yet shopped at. So that's something I want you guys to definitely keep in mind. You know, also, we always like to go over and look at the numbers for COVID-19. As of today, pulling this up now. Come on. My mouse gets stuck. Sometimes it's like, there we go. All right, so updated, today is the 9th. So still a little bit higher, 1,946 new cases, give or take. You know, always take this with a grain of salt, because we know that they don't do good jobs with the numbers and they're usually behind. So this number is probably behind. Let's just assume that. And forecast for this weekend looks like we're going to have a really nice rest of the day today, but then there's going to be some rain moving in. So, you know, the state's going to probably see some more rain throughout the weekend. Mild temperatures, you know, right now we're in the 70s, but like I said, definitely expect to see some more rain. And what else I want to get to you guys today, this is having one of them days, is something that I saw online. One of our viewers posted this. Earth Day celebration, Firelin Scientific. 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. He said he got an email about this. I couldn't find it anywhere on their social media or on their website. I checked all around to figure out where this was. So this must be something that they only sent to certain people. But what I want y'all to pay attention to is at the very bottom, the last bullet point says preview tour of Firelin Scientific's dispensary. How about that? And yes, preview tour of Firelin Scientific dispensary. So I don't know. I did not get invited to see the new Firelin Scientific dispensary, and I think Ohio Cannabis Lab should be there to see the new Firelin Scientific dispensary. What do y'all think? Y'all should let Firelin know that the Mastamynd didn't get invited. I'm just kidding. But I'm just saying, I mean, I don't even know where it is, but somebody put the information out there. I do have the information, but it looks like you had to RSVP. So I don't know. Hopefully Firelins will watch the video today and send me an invite. But anyway, it's cool to know that maybe we are on the edge of getting another dispensary. It'll be coming really soon. And I think my dog needs to go outside, man. So, you know, this can happen to me sometime. So you guys are gonna have to bear with me a second, because I gotta take care of my dog. I'll be right back. sometimes things just happen, and you just gotta keep going. So yeah, I just share this with you guys. My dog is old and she ain't doing so hot. She having problems with her legs, and she had an accident. And if you're a pet owner, you understand when you're trying to get every last inch of life and love, and every day is, you know, an extra blessing. My dog is like 90 years old in doggy years. I've had her since she was a puppy, and we lost her brother a couple years ago to cancer. So it can be hard sometimes. And you know, normally my girlfriend is here to help me, you know, with the dog while I'm live, but she's not here, so I'm by myself. So that kind of threw me off a little bit, but I had to take care of my doggy. And you know, I hope you guys understand and respect that. What's up, Swango? If anybody even still on here anymore. But anyway, that wasn't how I wanted my video to go today, but that's all right. That's what happens when you know you're doing a live video. Unforeseen things can occur, and that can kind of throw you off of your game a little bit, but that's all right. I'm back here now, and like I was saying before, you know, it's very interesting that the Firelin's dispensary might be coming sooner than we thought, and I still haven't heard anything else about Strawberry Fields. What else I want to tell you guys too is that you know, thanks, Swango, is that you know, we have to really start holding these people accountable. That's where I was kind of at before I got distracted. And the only way that we can do that is thanks EE, is to make sure that everybody has the right information and everybody is communicating together. And you know, one thing I want to always make sure that I do is try to make sure everybody has different ways to communicate. Some people communicate via text. Some people communicate via messaging. Some people communicate through emails, phones, videos, or all of the above. But what we have to start doing is making sure everybody understands what's going on in their jurisdiction. So where you live at, you need to understand what the thinking is of the town that you live in. If you live in Dayton, you need to understand what is the stance on medical cannabis in Dayton, Ohio. I'm from Dayton, Ohio, and I don't really know. You got some dispensaries there, so it can't be too bad of a stance. But look at a place like Huber Heights or Moraine, Ohio, which are right around Dayton, or Trotwood, and ask yourself, if you live in one of these areas, how come I don't have a dispensary here? Look at how many CVS and Walgreens are everywhere. I mean, you know, they're everywhere. And there's a lot of empty buildings. So I think adding more dispensaries can do a lot for the community, do a lot for all these old empty banks and old buildings, and bring more revenue to the state, bring more revenue to local municipalities. So I think the biggest deal is that these places that have these bans on cannabis in their area are missing out on all kinds of money. And I don't think they really realize it. And I don't think they understand the impact that they're having on their constituents or their residents who have to drive 2 hours. You know, I heard a story the other day that kind of blows my mind. Is like the person lives here in Ohio, but because the road is under construction, they have to drive through West Virginia and back through Ohio to get to the dispensary. So every time they go to get their meds, they have to literally cross the state line and risk getting pulled over by the West Virginia police just to get back home, back to Ohio. So there's no other way to get there. Like it's like one of them one ways in, one ways out type situation. Can you imagine if you had to actually do it? And then, you know, the fear, they had a state trooper following them one time coming back for like a long time, like 45 minutes. Can you imagine the anxiety of that? Why should we have to be worried about something like that? We shouldn't be worried about something like that, but we are, because our program doesn't make it clear about these type of situations. There's no exceptions to be made. There's no leeway. There's no, you know, external guidelines for dealing with other states. There's no reciprocity or whatever they want to call that word. You know, I can't go to Michigan and buy stuff and bring it back. You can't have someone from Michigan come here and buy it and bring it back, but they should. Imagine how much money we could have how much better of a state we could have if we were getting money from other medical states at the very minimum. And I mean, gee golly, if we decided to go rec, imagine that. We would really be making a lot of money in our state, and Ohio would be a changed place forever. Property values would soar. People will be dying to live here in Columbus, Ohio, or in a small town, knowing that they could medicate freely. So the implications of having the green rush over Ohio is huge. And, you know, we have to make sure that we have bipartisan support from all the lawmakers on both sides of the aisles in order to get it done. It's not going to be a one-sided effort. It just can't be, and it won't be. And everybody that's out here advocating already understands that. So some people don't. But if you don't get into the politics or whatever, then you still have to at least talk to people and understand what's going on and figure out how you can get involved, how you can take action, even if it's just something as simple as sending an email or, you know, calling your local leaders and leaving a voicemail or whatever makes you feel comfortable, or writing a letter. I mean, we have to all do something. You can't put the weight of the whole fight on just a few people who are just kind of like racking their brains trying to figure out how they can get more people to say enough's enough. And I'm looking at it like this. I've been saying enough's enough for like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, but I need about another 100,000 or more people to say enough's enough, and then really start putting a stance down and saying, we're not going to keep taking this. These weird operating procedures. One dispensary is doing one thing, another one's doing another. There's no consistency among even chain dispensaries are operating in different manners in different municipalities. So all these things are just not being addressed properly. And, you know, the pricing situation is getting worse. I have now confirmed that at least one dispensary is overcharging people with the incorrect sales tax. And I've brought this up before, but I'm gonna give you the example again. Okay, the dispensary where it's at, this tax rate is 7.25, but instead they're charging 7.35. And even after they were confronted, they still did not correct it. And then they've been confronted again by somebody else. So, you know, I'm at the point now of just turning them in and reporting them, because like I said, but it doesn't matter. They won't even investigate why the rules aren't being followed. So, I mean, what does it even matter anymore if I don't have an outcry of people saying I've had enough, I'm not going to keep letting the rules keep getting broken and nobody's accountable. What happened to law and order? I'm not seeing it. I just see people doing things however they see fit, and then people are accepting it and going on about their day. I think that, you know, that's what's up, Brian. I'm glad that you're saying to take action, and I applaud you for doing that, because see, it's people that have had enough and say, you know what, I gotta try to do something, even if it's a small gesture, like writing a letter to your mayor and saying, hey, Miss Dana, how you doing, and making sure that they understand that, you know, you're not a hostile force, you're just a very compassionate force that's trying to figure out how to make things better. And right now things aren't better, and we don't see anything, we don't see the light at the end of the tunnel for the program. I mean, just so you understand it, the advisory board they have is set to terminate in September of this year. So after that, I don't know what will happen. No one knows whether there'll be a board. And I think we need a civilian advisory board that doesn't have anything to do with the Board of Pharmacy. I don't feel the Board of Pharmacy alone is the right group of people to control the program. I think that it adds an extra burden to them that they can't handle. I think that the 2 years that the program has been running, it's been made clear that the Board of Pharmacy isn't necessarily set up in a proper way to deal with medical cannabis patients, not from an educational standpoint, providing information or even taking in information from patients, not from a operational standpoint of oversight of how things are being managed from one dispensary to another. I mean, something else that I need to address, and I ain't gonna say it slipped my mind, but was the incident that happened at the Forest in Springfield. And many of you may have heard about this, and many of you may not. But a patient made racial slurs to a Forest Springfield employee, and that person is no longer allowed to go to that dispensary. And the Forest has made it clear that there's zero tolerance for that type of behavior. And what I'm calling on all LLC owners to do right now, today, is all of you to make public statements standing against any type of racial slurs, any type of racial behavior of any kind, no matter who it is. I expect a zero tolerance statement from all the other cultivators, LLC owners. You should all be standing with the Forest Springfield and saying, we're not going to take that shit. And I'm sorry, you're not going to go to a dispensary in Ohio and make racial slurs to our bud tenders or our security forces or none of that. As patients in the program and as part of the cannabis community does not stand for or have any tolerance for any type of racism, racial slurs, bullies, anything against other people of races, cultures, religions. None of that is tolerated, and I won't tolerate it. I won't allow it on my platform. I won't allow it on my groups. I won't allow it anywhere that's associated with me. I have zero tolerance for it. So, you know, I think it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And, you know, like Brian's saying here, man, stop, you know, have some respect for where you're going, because not everybody has access to a dispensary. So don't be throwing trash in the parking lot. Don't be smoking in the bathroom. I mean, have some class about yourself. Yeah, I heard about you smoking in the bathroom wherever you are. But yeah, it's out there. I mean, people talking about things, and, you know, it doesn't make any sense for people to have to be standing in lines. I'm seeing a much better way to handle things. And all these dispensaries need to look at what one another are doing and adopt some of the best practices. And someone even told me that one dispensary may even be using a call center at some point, people who are in Florida. I'm not sure how true that might be, but well, that was weird. I just heard some weird noises. I was like, what was that? But yeah, so it's really frustrating at times that people don't understand what's going on, and it's because it's kind of, I'm not gonna say it's a blackout of information, but it's a lack of information being conveyed to patients on a regular basis about various things. And you know, one thing I also want to talk about that I've heard people concerned about is that they're being restricted from opiate medications because their doctor's saying they have a medical marijuana card, and they're saying under the rules such and such you can't have a medical marijuana card and receive pain medication. I can personally tell you that is not correct. That I've contacted Board of Pharmacy about this before, and what can happen is a doctor, as long as they're not breaking any of the Board of Pharmacy rules or any legal rules, they can make whatever policy they want in regards to opiate medications and how they prescribe how they manage their license to prescribe. So, you know, that's something that they can do, and that's something they can do. And so it's really hard for people, you know, because they don't really know how to talk to people about these things. But the way I was raised, right is right and wrong is wrong. So if you think something's happening at your dispensary and it's wrong, you need to speak up and say something. If they don't seem to be taking care of it, you need to report it to the proper authority, whether it's the Pharmacy Board, Commerce, the governor, whoever. Report it. And you need to start checking your receipts. I'm asking everyone that's listening to my voice right now to start checking your dispensary receipts. And what I mean by that is when you order something through iHeartJane, make note of what the total is on iHeartJane. And when you get to the dispensary and you get your stuff, look at your receipt and make sure the amount matches what it is on iHeartJane. Now, if you're a person who has veteran or indigent discounts, then you need to calculate that manually and write it down before you go to the dispensary and make sure you understand how much it should be. Now, if it doesn't match there, then you need to say something. Okay, just like the person today had an incident where they ordered it on iHeartJane, they had a total on there, they screenshotted it, they got to the dispensary, the total was not right, it didn't match what was iHeartJane. They tried to make it seem like they didn't know what was going on, but we know what was going on, and they showed them the iHeartJane picture, and you know, how could they dispute it? I mean, the tax rate is what it is. There's no variance. There's no rounding up on it. It is what it is. So those kind of things are happening. I'm telling you, I have my own evidence. It happened to me personally, so I don't speculate. I'm telling you from first-hand experience, and I've spoken to other people who it's happened to. So, you know, you guys are always saying it costs so much, you're paying too much. Well, you better start looking at your receipts and seeing how much money you're spending. And if you spend without a cap, you're just going to always be well over your own budget, and that's going to create other financial hardships for you. So it's important you do that. And you also need to make sure you look at your receipt to make sure you're being charged for the right items, because we had another patient who purchased some stuff and then they had something taken off and they got charged for it anyway on their days. So you have to make sure that you are satisfied with the label, what it says the product is, what the product actually is, what your receipt says before you leave. Do not buy something, get in your car and find a problem, and then expect them to want to do something for you, because they don't have to, according to the rules. And don't buy something at the dispensary. Don't open it when you get in your car either. Don't do that either. We are some people getting pulled over and getting in trouble for that. So don't be opening your package in your car. Wait till you get home. But check your receipt. Everything you can possibly verify inside the dispensary, you verify. You look at the container. If you can see the buds in the jar, look at the buds in the jar. Look at the harvest date. Look at the package date. Look at the terpenes. Make sure it's everything you want. Make sure your name is on the label. And if you can't see it, tell them you don't want it. You make sure you verify what you're buying. I'm telling all of you guys, don't post on social media that your order was wrong and you didn't get something right and you didn't check it first, because your order ain't gonna be wrong if you checked it before you left. All right, we can't be doing this. It's medicine. It's medicine. And so because it's medicine, it has to be right. The label has to be exactly right. If they told you it was 28%, then it better be 28% when you get there. And if you want to accept less, that's up to you. But I'm telling you, I don't typically do it. I walk away. That's not, I don't do the bait and switch. So if it says something online, it better be what it is when I get there. Not, oh, well, you know, we rounded up. No. You don't round up on pain meds. Do you? No, you don't. So you have to make sure. You have to be sure of everything before you leave the premises. If you're doing a curbside, you check it in your car. You tell them, hey, I want to look at this first before you walk away. If it's wrong, you're gonna have. I know what I know. So you know, if you're having troubles with stuff being wrong or whatever, that's because you didn't check it before you left. You have to check it before you leave. You can't make an excuse. I was in a hurry. I had to go. You have to look at what you're buying. You go to a restaurant at Wendy's or McDonald's and you get a sandwich there. A lot of people will just pull off and get home and check it later and it'll be wrong. I'm not that guy. I'm checking my sandwich before I pull off, because I'm not making another trip back up here for no sandwich. You understand what I'm saying, Krista? You gotta make sure your order is right at the time, not later. You know, and something else I want to tell you guys about buying cannabis is that don't just buy something based on the name of it, because layer cake sounds great. Don't buy it for that reason. Please don't do that. Don't buy it because Woodward made it. Buy it because it helps you. Buy it because it is something you can afford. Buy it because it's something you can get on a regular basis. If you buy something and you can't keep getting it and it's working for you, that's not going to help you. I'm going to give you a classic example. Layer cake. 16 months, layer cake, never not letting it be here for me. Never. Now you tell me, you need to figure out which strain that you cannot live without. You got to have it every month. And that's the one you fixate on, and you make sure you have that one. And then you add everything else around that. That way you have a variety, but you always have what I like to call your staple. This is the one that I know no matter what else, this is the one, or this is the two, or three, or four. But most of the time, it's usually only one that you say is, no matter what, when I see that, I'm weak, I gotta have it. That one's in, yep. Don't just spend a bunch of money on them and waste your days on something you know that you're gonna be tired of. You go out and buy a half, make sure that you've got other things to fill in, because if you just got that one half, you're just gonna burn through it. And then you're gonna be like, I'm tired of that. I know. I've been through that. So you always want to have a variety. And, you know, if you're a person who doesn't do concentrates, but you do edibles, make sure that you have edibles that you are satisfied with and the ones that work the best. Make sure you have a reason for why you're taking your edible. Are you taking this edible because you need to sleep at night? Are you taking an edible because you need appetite help? Or do you want something that's going to give you more of an energy effect, sativa effect? Make sure you know why you're taking an edible. Just don't take an edible because you want to get high. Because when you do it that way, it's not going to be the same effect. Your mind is thinking of one thing, getting high. It's not even thinking about the medication. It's almost built into our DNA. It's not we mean to do that. It's what we know, because that's all we've known until now. So what you have to do is retool your brain and retrain your brain to say, why am I taking this medicine? And when should I take it? When is the best time for me to take it? And get yourself on a schedule. I've heard a lot of good things about Animal Face. I heard another patient who was actually talking about Animal Face. Which number was it, the 2 or the 10? I think that's the ones we were talking about, Animal Face 2 or 10. You know, I haven't never had that one, I don't believe. I thought I had them all, but nah, I haven't had that one yet. But I've had so many strains, and I'm working on a list that I can share with you guys, so you guys can kind of go through and ask me questions about whatever strain you want. But I mean, I've been through so many, it's a lot. So I'll be working on getting that together and posting pictures of them and everything on my website. Now, something else I want to let you guys know about too is that I upgraded my website, and what that means for us is that as we are broadcasting right now live on OhioCannabisLive.com, that I will be able to do a lot more videos on my website that will not necessarily be here on YouTube or Facebook. So what that means is not only can you come over and hang out on Ohio Cannabis Live now, but we will be working on a way that you can actually upload your own videos to the website. And if you would like to go live on the website and do your own video or upload your review videos, that's what the next thing's coming. And we'll figure out some other features that you may want to add on to your videos that YouTube doesn't let you do. And you don't have to worry about me flagging your account or flagging your video for weed content. That's not going to happen on OhioCannabisLive.com, is it? And we would love to keep it going live. So I would love to get about 24 people who want to go 24 hours on the channel, since we now have unlimited video. I'm going to call Wix on their unlimited video. They said I have unlimited. We're going to find out what that really means. Maybe we go live for 24 hours straight. Challenge, challenge, challenge. Can we go live for 24 hours straight? Are we going to break their system? Maybe we go 12 just to test them. Yes. So we are broadcasting on 3 platforms. We're broadcasting on YouTube, we're broadcasting on Facebook, and we're broadcasting on OhioCannabisLive.com. Now, we've also done some testing on doing classes or webinars on OhioCannabisLive.com. So that is something that we will be pursuing with the new system, with the upgrade. And also, another feature that I believe I will be able to have is we will be able to leave reviews. Wait for it. You'll be able to leave reviews on products that you got in the program. I think I'm gonna be able to do that. I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna try it, but I'm pretty sure I'll be able to do it, and you'll be able to do like your own review and tell what you think, and people can read that and kind of use it as a reference point. But it'll be something simple and easy. Maybe you'll be able to upload a picture, maybe you won't. I'm not sure. So I'll be doing some work on that to see what I can do to make that work. Also, don't forget, if you go on my website and you need to RSVP for the for the meeting, you just go in there, RSVP, and then you'll get a Zoom link and an email. And we'll be starting promptly at 7:30. And like I said before, the first part of the meeting will be about the cannabis bans in various places in Ohio. And that'll also be kind of our focal point for the next 2 meetings. And then we're going to switch on to making sure that people know how they can take action. We're going to start doing some action plans. We're going to start doing some writing workshops, help people get what they need to say out. Also, something else you can do now too is, if you would like to come on the show and just talk about something that's going on in your life that's cannabis related, I would love to have you on the show. If you want to do a pre-recorded video with me, I would love to do that with you. If you want to tell a lawmaker you want to make a video for the governor, the senator, the representative, your mayor, or whoever, I'll help you make a video. So if it's easier for you to make a video than instead of writing, you know. And obviously I cannot let the day go by without addressing a couple other major news events. Rest in peace, DMX. DMX passed away this afternoon. Based on the information I have via TMZ, DMX suffered a heart attack a few days ago, and he was in critical condition for the last few days. He was on life support, and I think they decided to take him off life support this morning. That's the information I have. Also, the prince over it, the queen's husband died, the prince. And so he passed away. He was 99 years old. So, yeah. Yeah, according to the internet, he passed away a little while ago. They passed away. R.I.P. DMX. It's kind of like he's a rapper from my past. So like, he hasn't really done anything but a lot of his old songs lately. But I mean, I listened to all of his music. I'm a Tupac, DMX, Eminem type guy. I don't really get into some of these new guys. Probably the only new guy I really like is like Drake. I like his music, but a lot of these other guys, I don't really understand their style. It's kind of weird to me. And you know, I like music, but I don't necessarily like lyrics. So yeah, it changed about 2 hours ago. Yeah, that's about right. That's when I started getting alert. Because the first time I asked my Echo Dot, she says he was still alive. And then I asked her again. She says, I don't know that one. And then later, just a little while ago, I asked her, Alexa, is DMX alive?
Yes, as far as I know, Emma is alive. He was 40 years old.
No, see, she doesn't even know what I'm talking about. Alexa, is DMX alive?
DMX died on April 9, 2021. He was 50 years old.
He was 50 years old. So yes, he did pass away, and so yes, that was into him. Last thing I'm gonna go over with you guys is just to make sure that you understand that we still don't know what went on with this stuff here. These rules, all these codes right here were kind of up for, you know, this public hearing. And what I'm not quite sure of here is if this was a CSI process, which is kind of where the other rules got stuck at, or if this is the final hearing process before they actually make it a rules, change these rules. So it's still unclear to me where they are with these particular rules from the earlier meeting in March. So I thought the other rules were a little bit more of a priority than these. But these are still important, especially the one about the number of provisional licenses. But we did hear them say something about a lottery. Yeah, Zachary, that's kind of been the news for a while, is that Cresco bought 4 of the 5 Verdant locations. They did not purchase the Columbus location. So the rumor is that the 4 that they did buy will become branded as Sunnyside dispensaries. And then the one they had in Wintersville, that one, if it's not already changed, will also become Sunnyside. So there will be 5 Sunnyside and 1 Verdant will remain, unless somebody has bought that one, which I've heard that it's up for grabs. So, you know, we don't know if that one will survive by itself or not. That's the information I currently have. And just to go back over, in case people missed it last week, we still have this chart that was made by the folks in Discord and Reddit that kind of outlines the structure of how things are right now for most of the shops in the state. Which document? The document that we're looking at right now, or the one I had before? Because the other document is on my Facebook page. The document you're looking at right now, I can send that to you through the messenger, Alicia, if you would like. But yeah, this is put together by the folks on Discord, and if you haven't joined Discord or Reddit, I certainly encourage it because it's different area, different information, Oh, okay. Yeah, I can I can send it to you probably in the messenger. I probably have a screenshot of it somehow. I can send it to you, uh, Crystal. My bad. And yeah, because like I said, I have all this stuff saved and screenshotted so that I always have access to it. And you know, it's important that we keep going, keep doing this every weekend, try to get everybody up to speed. So I hope that a lot more of you will come this Saturday, so we can kind of go over this information a little bit easier and better and in a little bit more relaxed environment. And we have a lot of fun in our little sessions. Some of the people that are in those sessions are watching this broadcast right here with us. So don't be shy, don't be bashful. We don't stream it live, so it's not a live event. It's a closed event that you have to RSVP on the website at Ohio Cannabis Live to be able to come to the Zoom meetings. But that may eventually change, and we may just start doing everything from the website, and I might be able to possibly eliminate Zoom. It's 7:30 every Saturday. It's always 7:30. I'm not going to change the time. Now, we might end a little bit early this weekend, but it will be the same time. I mean, sometimes we be going till midnight. This depends on what the conversation is. So, I mean, like I said, it's definitely worth you coming out and meeting and talking to some of the advocates like Miss Dana and some of the other people who are here. And you know, you can kind of meet some more people in the community who are actually working on your behalf to try to make things better. So we definitely appreciate you, Miss Dana, and a lot of the other ladies and gentlemen who are working with me behind the scenes to try to get somewhere. Gotta try. All right, well, that's all I've got for you guys for now. We'll have a lot more. I do have a review coming out later on. It'll be Rainbow Reserve by Farkas Farm, so make sure you hit that like, subscribe button so you won't miss out on that. And what was that? Yeah, we need more people of color and women to come to the Zoom meetings, as Mr. Alexander has said. So yeah, so all my brothers and sisters out there who ain't been coming, been skipping the meeting, and keep saying y'all coming, calling you out now. I want to see you at the meeting on Saturday. I'll see you there. Make sure you RSVP, OhioCannabisLive.com. I'll see you guys on Saturday, and I'll see you on the review later. Peace.